Hi, I'm Tom Campbell from Cultaholic.com, joined by the man whose name sounds like a wrestling move, Sam Fujiwara Armbar. How are you today, sir?
It's not going to stop, is it, Tom?
Never going to stop.
No, I'm good. I'm a bit tired, but I'm good.
Thank you for coming in, mate.
How are you?
Adam Pacienti's legs have fallen off in an unfortunate tractor accident.
His regular legs.
His regular legs. Yeah. We've got some regular news whilst his regular legs grow back. So which WWE Hall of Famer could be heading to SummerSlam? We'll tell you in a second. Plus another big match has been set for AEW's All Out. And which legend got smashed after the Raw reunion? We'll tell you soon. So SmackDown was busy last night. We've suddenly got a lot of matches for SummerSlam, Sam Driver.
Well, we've got to set it up. It's the biggest party of the summer. The biggest party of the summer. The biggest
coldest
party
part of North America.
Summer.
We'll get to some of the matches that were announced shortly, but I want to speak on this. Charlotte Flair talked about how she hasn't got a match for SummerSlam and she wants a match for SummerSlam. And then a few minutes later, this story pops out that WWE have apparently been having a chat with one Trish Stratus, who lives in Toronto, up the road from off of the SummerSlams.
That doesn't surprise me one little bit. In fact, I was quite surprised that Trish wasn't back on a part-time basis, really, after she started getting back in with the company.
There is a bit
she
of
can
a
still go.
Yeah, that's it. She can,
Yeah.
and there's because and I say this with absolute love. When you see all the performers across the decades come together for like the Women's Royal Rumble, there can sometimes be a bit of a chasm.
Yes.
Between sort of the bar is really high.
There was a point where WWE stopped hiring female wrestlers and started looking at hiring models and personalities and then training them to wrestle. And so there's a marked dip, I'd say, not across the board, but there's a marked dip in people that spent years training to wrestle and people who sort of were trained for a little bit and just sent out to wrestle.
It's very much a work rate era now, as it is. But Trish Stratus is somebody that pushed through that weirder time and would still be relevant now. And they've teased quite a few dream matches with Trish that haven't materialised. Sasha Banks at the Rumble the other year.
Yeah, there was the Alexa one, which had to be cast aside because of injury. There was just... there's so many people she could go against on the current roster and have a great match, have a standout match. I wouldn't be against putting a belt on her.
Oh.
Yeah, like the thing is, like everybody be kicking off, but we've had Kurt Angle come back, we've had Lesnar, obviously, we've had Goldberg. We've got like all these people coming back, but we haven't had a big women's competitor yet. And I think bringing Trish back, like fans love her. It's going to be an immediate great response. It'd freshen up the women's division, even if she was just back for like 6 months, or they just kept her from SummerSlam to Mania, and that was it. Like, I think it'd be great.
Could easily be the biggest pop of the night if Trish comes out.
Yeah.
Also for SummerSlam, let's just run through these because, like I say, busy night on SmackDown. Quite a few matches were set up for the biggest party of the. We are getting Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt.
Are we getting Demon Balor versus Bray though?
We're getting Sister Abigail versus Bullet Club
versus
Fergal Devitt.
Because the thing was, I thought with the whole rumours that Finn wants some time off, I thought they were going to have him beat just normal Finn Balor.
I think
and
that's
then he goes
plan.
away, and then he comes back as the Demon when he's ready, and then you have a big blow-off match.
The title card for the match does show Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor.
Yeah.
So it's good. I think it has to be Finn Balor now to be overwhelmed at SummerSlam to come back.
Does it
later
show
on.
Wyatt in his mask?
Yeah.
Okay then, yeah.
And even in the video, the Firefly Funhouse video which they showed on SmackDown, which is great because what's lovely is because of the way they did it. So Finn was in the ring and this video started. Yeah. We actually heard the pop for the start of the Firefly Funhouse segment. There was actually a pop for it. So good stuff. But it was Bray Wyatt in the video who told Finn the good news that the Fiend has accepted your challenge. So the Fiend is a separate entity to Bray Wyatt.
Well, he has the two gloves as well, the hurt and heal gloves or whatever they are. So I know I've seen a lot of people commenting that they wanted to have two different finishes as well. So they'll use Sister Abigail with one to like heal and the Mandible Claw to hurt. But I don't know. I don't know.
I love this whole Bray Wyatt.
I'm really into it. Really into it.
We're also getting Kevin Owens taking on Shane McMahon. This is the match they teased the other day with
all the stunners.
Video. All the stunners forever.
All the stunners, yeah.
Do you realise it's 20 years since the Love Her or Leave Her match between Shane McMahon and Test?
Jeez.
20 years.
That
Shane
makes me
McMahon is
feel
still in his
old.
prime. Here comes the money. Yeah, that was a good match though. I remember watching that first time round and that blew my mind.
Test was viciously underrated.
Viciously so.
Yeah.
So 20 years on, who knows what Shane McMahon's got in his arsenal. I know he gets a kicking, and rightly so on a lot of occasions.
Yeah.
I think him and Kevin Owens could pull out something good.
Shane can always do something to just make a match memorable, whether it's going off the cage, whether it's just being a dick with his entrance announcing, whatever he does. Like, yes, it's annoying, he's Vince's son and all of that, but you know he's going to do something mental. Yeah. You know he's going to do something mental. Like, look at Mania 35, when him and The Miz, we got the moment with George, it was great. Apparently George wasn't even supposed to come in the ring. It was Shane going, come in.
But that's just like a dad. I think if it was my dad, he'd be like, I'm just going to get in the ring and get involved. Actually, my dad would get in the ring and get involved. And the main event for the WWE, I don't think it'll be the main event of the show, but it's certainly... It's a shame when we go, the WWE title match isn't the main event.
Well, you can't have like a big main event for one belt if you've got two equally large belts.
No, that is... You wouldn't want a meme, really. Like, could somebody have that quote and like a nice black and white picture next to Sam? Like
you might need to clean the quote up because just paraphrase me, please.
No, use exactly what he said. But for the WWE Championship, we're getting Kofi Kingston facing Randy Orton, and they did a lot of throwing back to 2006 here, which I'm glad they did. That feud they started, which saw Kofi do the boom drop in Madison Square Garden, the feud that we do believe Randy put the kibosh on.
Yes.
And they even referenced that on SmackDown by Kofi saying, like, I was on the way up and you stopped me. And Randy Orton said, I stopped you because you weren't ready, and you're still not ready. Oh, spicy talk. Randall Keith. So that's a match that's happening. I'm actually quite excited to see it because I don't think that feud ever really got its motor running.
Yeah, I think Randy gets a lot of stick for being boring, I guess. People seem to think he's a bit but if you give him something that he wants to do, he's good.
He's very much like a child in that sense.
He's a natural. He's an absolute natural. So, I mean, like, look at me here trying to explain why Randy Orton's good. Like, it's Randy Orton. Like, it's going to be a great match.
Very so. SummerSlam shaping up rather nicely, and obviously, stay with Cultaholic. We'll tell you more when it happens. AEW. Not my words, the words of AEW fans who are excited about AEW All Out at the end of August.
Just how many times you've said that, my brain just started to like twist and turn like a Rubik's Cube.
Did the words suddenly stop making sense?
Yeah, it was just like all of a sudden you were just going...
If you read the comments, that's apparently what I do in most of these videos anyway. But AEW All Out has got another huge match signed after they teamed together unsuccessfully at Fight for the Fallen. We're now going to see Darby Allin, Joey Janela, and Jimmy Havoc go one in a three-way match at All Out.
This is going to be brutal. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
All guys who can really hang it hardcore style.
And I think that's the thing. There's a lot of people will sort of write them off as hardcore wrestlers, as people that are sort of more about using weapons. And no, all three guys can go. All three guys can actually wrestle and wrestle very well. So, I mean, it's going to be a great match. It's going to be brutal, I'd imagine, but it's going to be a hell of a match.
Who are you hanging your hat on?
Jimmy.
I'm calling Jimmy as well.
Yeah, although they seem to be really behind Darby Allin. So it wouldn't surprise me if it was Darby Allin. I think Joey Janela can take a loss and still look strong.
Yeah.
So long as he keeps picking fights with Enzo at Blink-182 concerts. And me personally, I want to see Jimmy win.
Jimmy Havoc is a big fan of the Biggin and Wigan, which is why I'm a big fan of Jimmy Havoc. Google that. It's some wrestling from the past.
You'll hear Tom solo calling the worst professional wrestling match you've ever seen.
Clothesline from Hull! Thanks for loving it, Jimmy. We love you too.
I wasn't expecting. It's like Ross yesterday all over again, just like
California! What does the fox say? The Fox says, can we have some more wrestling, please, Vince McMahon?
That was a niche throwback. That's all like 2012?
The ding, 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 ding. Crazy frog.
Jesus.
So Fox is rapidly coming up to the beginning of a brand new coupling with the WWE, and part of that coupling is a brand new TV show. And on July the 18th, just a couple of days ago, the company, the WWE, filed for the name WWE After the Bell.
Okay. Well, this sort of fits the mold that I think it's going. I think it was WrestleMania week, Triple H announced that they were looking to have a talk show on FS1 that would sort of encompass the weekly episodes of Raw and SmackDown. I guess it would just be like actual like non-WWE presenters talking about it with maybe some interaction with talent. Yeah.
I like this actually because I miss Talking Smack.
Yeah, so it's a similar style show, but with the big sort of Fox feel. It'll have the really nice production value. It's probably one of those big silly digital sets. It'll be great.
Stats rolling across along the bottom of the screen.
That just happens on Fox. Yeah, it's just like that's one of the worst things about American sports channels. Just that big bar with just all the scores just obstructing your view.
I'm looking. So I'm expecting just to see like along there like results as they come in from Fort Myer, Florida. Like, oh, Nakamura's just pinned Rusev. Great, that's good. So that'll presumably be starting in October when this all kicks off with WWE and Fox.
Yeah, I'd imagine so, yeah.
What does the Fox say? More wrestling. A lot of happy faces around Stamford, Connecticut today as the Raw reunion posted the highest ratings for WWE Raw in a very, very, very long time, Sam Driver.
It's no surprise. How could it not? It had Steve Austin on it. It had Hulk Hogan on it. It had Ric Flair on it. It had everybody. It's
the previous high of 2.92 million has now been crushed by over 3 million people who watched Raw this past Monday night. The most watched episode of Raw since April 23rd, 2018. Like over a year. So we found the formula now. All we got to do is just make sure every wrestler possible in existence turns up to Raw every single week.
They just start a new side brand, sort of like Tradition in Japan, where they wheel out all the 70-year-olds and they just all have a match.
Is that what they do? I'm not familiar. I'm as a journalist, I'm sad about this, but I'm not familiar.
Tradition is great. If you just Google it, it's sort of like they'll just bring out like proper like old guys. Like I think Riki Choshu had his retirement match there. I think it's just like they just pull people in who were wrestling in like the 70s and 80s, and it's like just have another match, and they go for it. It's proper scary.
I tell you which old boy went for it after the Raw reunion. Oh, this is amazing.
Can I guess?
You certainly can, sir.
Is it Ric Flair?
Oh, ding, ding, and indeed, ding. Mark Henry was chatting on the Busted Open radio show because he was there and he said what an amazing night it was. Because I know a lot of people kick off about the general content of the Raw reunion. It looked like everybody had a good time.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing was, like, I imagine a lot of these people haven't seen each other in so long.
Yeah.
And to all be in the same place again, there had to be a massive party after that, surely.
And there was indeed. And Mark Henry said that the most lit, according to Mark Henry, Steve Austin and Ric Flair. There was talk of Ric Flair at one point dancing on tables. Ric Flair had a heart problem, lest we forget.
Yeah, he did.
But doesn't mean he can't have a drink. So he said it just generally sounded like he had a wonderful time. He's all right this morning, probably a little bit of a sore head.
I'm buzzing for him. I'm happy he had a good night.
He was buzzing as well, dancing on the table. But the only thing Mark Henry was quick to say, at no point did he take his clothes off, because that's a bit of a Ric Flair go-to when you've had a little drinky poo.
He might not have brought a robe with him.
Oh, I don't know that. Stop him somehow. Ric Flair, we love you to death. Thank you for the joy of waking up to this morning to find out that even in your mid-70s,
you just got absolutely wankered.
You're still getting battered, my friend. I do not have an outro. Here's Sam Driver in a t-shirt saying thanks for watching.
Bye. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments below. You can follow Cultaholic on Twitter at Cultaholic. You can check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you like what we do here at Cultaholic, you can check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/Cultaholic. And no matter what you do, don't ever forget to hit subscribe and join us.